We're a culture that always looks forward to the next thing, and that's especially true at Christmas time. And you may not know this, but today marks a holiday for many Christians around the world. It is known as St. Nicholas Day. Now, St. Nicholas is significant to us because many of our own American traditions are based on this person, the real St. Nicholas. So here's what we know about him. He died on December 6th, 343 AD. He was a Greek bishop. He was born to very wealthy parents, and they died when he was young. And he's most famous for giving gifts to those secretly who are in need. Now, there's lots of traditions about him, and some seem more like legend. But the one that comes up again and again is the way that he helped 3 young girls with their dowry. Now, at that time, if you did not have a dowry, the worry was that you would be in for a life of prostitution. So the story goes that St. Nicholas put in a sack the amount of money needed for this dowry, and he threw it either A, in a window, or B, down a chimney, and further tradition says that it fell into a sock that was attached to the chimney, waiting to dry. Now, we're not going to argue and talk about the logistics of throwing a sack of money down a live chimney with a fire going, but I think you can see there's some similarities between our Santa Claus and the real St. Nicholas. What really makes him significant, though, is the way that he helped the poor. And there's a verse in the book of Proverbs that says this: "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord." St. Nicholas had a faith that was compelled not by tradition, not by the holiday season, not by the spirit of generosity, but instead a faith that was centered in God, recognizing that's where his blessings came from, and in turn, he wanted to have compassion on the world. So my goal for you is not that you have to remember your family. I think you're going to do that. I think you're going to remember your spouse and your kids and your grandkids. What I'm asking you is to let the faith that worked in the original St. Nicholas, a faith that looked at the blessings that God has given him, that transformed him, that bought him with his own blood, and let that compel you this season to have compassion on the world. And not just the world, the people that live in it. At your time of grace, we know that the holidays can be an especially difficult time where you're struggling as you look at what the world has and maybe what you don't have, or you think about ones that you have lost. And you say, I want to talk to God about this, and maybe you don't even know how. So we put together a booklet and a DVD study guide called Help Me Jesus. In these, they tell you about God's promises. They tell you when you're struggling, how God promises exactly he's going to answer those, and how he's going to hold you tight always in the faith. If you'd like one of these, we'd be happy to send you one with a donation of any amount. Just click the link below, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow.